So today I'm going to take you step by step on opening up a Simplifi by Quicken account. So you're going to see right over here in real time, I'm actually going to show you what it's going to look like and all the questions it will ask you. Now we're doing this through our app, so you can find it on the App Store, or you can check out the link in the show notes down below to take you right to the proper app so you could download the account. Now that does help support out the channel, so we make more free content just like this. Now we're going to get started. Now that we've had our app actually downloaded, we're going to click on open and it'll go ahead and load us up to this main page. Now from here, this is going to be just going over some different features that this app has, but you can see right over here, it says get started. We're going to go ahead and click right over here, and it's going to go ahead and load us up with the very first couple of questions, which is going to be our email address, our phone number, and our password that we're going to be putting together. Once we do all of that, we're going to click on create account. So we're going to fill this in and move over to the next step. So from right over here, it went ahead and sent in a special security code to the email address that we added. So we went ahead and put in that code, and we're going to go ahead and click on submit. So the next step right over here, it's going to ask for subscribing to the service. So you can see it's typically going to be $47.99. Right now, as of this recording, it is $23.99, which is equivalent to about $2 every single month. Now, if you're doing this on the iPhone, it actually will go ahead and just add it to your Apple ID subscription, which makes things a little bit easier if you already have all your account information logged in for that. So that way everything is just going to be seamlessly through those cards. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and click on subscribe. So now it's actually going to take us to this page right over here, which is going to just essentially verify everything for us. It's again going to show us the cost for the year, how much we're going to pay next year, and when that actual charge is going to come through. And of course, we want to cancel beforehand. We most definitely can. And if everything looks good, we can go ahead and confirm with the side button by double tapping there, and it'll go ahead and charge our overall Apple ID account with this subscription. Now for us, we went through and you can see here it says that we are all set and our purchase was successful. So we're going to tap on OK, and we're going to go ahead and load up this next page right over here. So from right over here, the first thing that actually pops up for us is actually asking if we want notifications. Now, because this is a budgeting app, I probably would encourage for us to have our notifications allowed, but if not, you can always click on do not allow and change that feature later. Now, right over here, we're going to go ahead and go through the next step by clicking on get started. And from here, you can see it's going to ask for our first name, last name, our zip code, and we're going to click on continue. So next up right here is going to be connecting your bank accounts in real time. So that way everything is connected automatically and having all your transactions coming in to your account. So you can read a little bit more about that if you'd like, but we can click on continue as I will show you the very next step here, which is going ahead and connecting whichever bank accounts you actually have on file. If you wanted to not go ahead and do that automatically, you can do manual if you wanted to as well. You can also search for other bank institutions if they are not presented here on this list first and foremost. So just something to keep in mind. So we can go ahead and click on any of these options for us, and we'll go to that next step so you can see what that looks like. So we went ahead and searched for our bank, which is going to be with SoFi for our example here today. And you can actually see it actually uses into it to connect everything automatically for us. So it's going to be nice and protected for us. We're going to click on continue here. Now it's going to go ahead and ask us for our email and password. Now this is to actually log into our bank account with SoFi. So this is going to be your secure password information. Everything is going to be very similar to utilizing Plaid if you had used that in the past with other companies to be able to connect everything automatically for you. So with this, it's actually going to go ahead and ask us for a code with our phone number for our account so we can verify that we are actually intentionally trying to connect these accounts. So we go ahead and put in that code that we got from our text, and we're going to go ahead and click on confirm. Now next up here, now that we have our account officially connected, it's going to ask which actual bank accounts we want to have connected to our Simplifi account. Now because this is a budgeting app, we ideally want to connect all of our accounts, but if for any reason you don't, you could just go ahead and uncheck any of these boxes right over here so that way it's not added to the total. Then you can go down later and actually re-add it in, as well as adding in other bank accounts as well. So if you utilize multiple banks like I do, you can have all of them integrated into one account for your budgeting with Simplifi. Now that everything looks good here for all of our boxes checked off, we can go ahead and click on confirm here at the bottom. And in this section here, if you want, you can go ahead and add more accounts here in real time. So you can again go ahead and have all of your different accounts all migrating into one budgeting app for you. When everything is looking good and we have all our accounts connected, we'll click on the continue button at the bottom. Now next up here, it is verifying reoccurring income for our SoFi account. That's not going to be the case with this as it's a reward. For your account, when it goes through and notices, it will actually go ahead and figure out which deposits are going to be your actual income, so you can verify that that's your income. So it'll help with your budgeting and do a lot of these things automatically for you, so you're not doing a lot of manual work on here. Now if everything looks good, you can click on the continue button. You can also go ahead and add a missing income if you needed that. You can hit continue and it'll go to the next step here, and it's going to verify some reoccurring bills here for us as well too. So just some things to kind of get our account up and running. So you can see things like your grocery bills, maybe your phone bills, your electricity bills, a lot of those things are going to come up. Now, this account is actually just a demo account for us, so we actually won't have our personal bills on here for this example, but we're going to go ahead and click on continue here. So it'll show you and be a little bit easier to see some of like the utility bills, phone bills, whatever kind of bills you have, so that way it can trigger it properly for us. And you can see here, it actually shows that our account is officially complete. And now here we are on the main page of our Simplifi app. Of course, there are additional steps to make sure that our account is up and running properly and all the different settings that are going on the back end for us. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I'll have a link for you in the show notes down below that takes you right to the app or the website when using that link. It does help support us out to make more free content just like this. And speaking of free content, I got another video right over here for you so you can check out and keep on learning.